thought it was funny. And then Terry's like,
Pre-game frames.
like, wow, I'm thirsty. Hey, Coke.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another live broadcast of FAU basketball. I am Max Zipper coming at you live from Norfolk, Virginia, home of the Lady Monarchs of Old Dominion University. The Old Dominion University Monarchs that are first in conference. That's right, they stand in the conference at 13-2, winning a tiebreaker over Rice as they handed them their first defeat in conference play in nearly 2 years. And tonight, your Owls look to upset the Lady Monarchs in their home arena in Chartway Arena. And the Owls looking for the first ever win against this Lady Monarchs team coming into this one. The Owls are 0-9. This marks the 10th meeting between the two teams, as well as the second straight year both have squared off more than twice in a season. FAU's first game against Old Dominion took place on January 18, 2014, which coincided with the Owls' first year in the Conference USA. The Owls dropped that meeting 80-44 right here in Norfolk, Virginia, where these two teams are about to tip off in just 8 minutes. Getting into pregame now, FAU fell to Western Kentucky by a score of 69-56 last time out on Saturday in the first of 4 bonus games to round out the regular season. The Owls cut the lead to 3 points coming out of the locker room, but that is as close as FAU would get to knocking off the Hilltoppers. The Owls look to defeat Old Dominion right here for the first time in school history. And looking back at that game against Western Kentucky, one of the better teams in Conference USA, sitting at third place, Owls went on an 11-0 scoring run at the end of the second quarter, which extended into the beginning of the third frame. The Owls were able to cut the Western Kentucky lead to 3 points, but FAU was unable to get closer. Juliette Gauthier had her best game of conference play. Nice seeing her get back into rhythm after struggling over the past 4 games. She finally got in the double-figure mark. Not just a normal double-figure game. She had 20 points and 11 boards for her 6th double-double of the season while playing all 40 minutes in the contest. Crystal Prim followed with 17 points and 8 boards, just shy of a double-double. Also tallied 3 assists and a steal, always showing off her defensive prowess. And Crystal Prim, 29 points from the elusive 1,000-point mark. She could get it done if she's on her game. We've seen her score above the 30 mark this season. She has 8 20-point games, 8 double-doubles. She is the Owls' best source of offense, scoring 15.7 points per game, and she is really going to need to step up even in the absence of Loda Veka Aho. She is out once again along with Lanisha Harkless, so the Owls without 2 big-time guards in this one. As if things weren't hard enough, Old Dominion coming into this one, they've won 12 out of their last 13. Last game against Marshall, they won comfortably 64-54. Most likely they'll be going with Asia Wayne, Victoria Morris, Taylor Edwards, Amari Young, and Ashley Scott. Looking at this dominant Old Dominion team, the best in Conference USA. Old Dominion was tapped to finish 5th in the 2019-2020 Conference USA preseason poll, as voted on by the league's head coaches. The Monarchs led the conference with 13 wins and hold a tiebreaker over Rice. ODU is the only team in the conference with 4 players averaging double digits in scoring. Owls almost the second, Astuge averaging 9. She had 11 consecutive games, scoring at least 8 points in her last 2. She's run into a bit of a slump, but this is the perfect game to turn it around. This will be the first time the Owls ever beat the Monarchs and the Lady Monarchs, and they're going to need all the help they can get. Stu Gay, Abby Voss, Amber Gaston, Juliette Gauthier, all the big names need to step up here if the Owls want to take down the conference's leading team. Taylor Edwards leads the Monarchs with 12.1 points per game and 92 assists. Victoria Morris follows with 11.3 points per game, while Asia Wayne produces 11.1 rebounds per game and 11.1 points per game and 6.9 rebounds per game. Mari Young averages 10.6 points per game and leads the team in rebounds by pulling down 8.4 boards per game. Young also leads the team with 62 steals, so they're very well rounded, similar to Western Kentucky, the team the Owls just lost to last game on Saturday, in that they're almost perfectly constructed. There's not just one player to stop. If you stop one of the 4 that average 10 points per game, well, you still have 3 more players that have an ability to put up 20 on any given night, and plus they are scattered with a plentiful of bench talent role players such as Mariah Adams, Asia Hudson, Amaya Register, Deja Carter, all of whom could put up big numbers on any given night in the absence of one of the top dogs scoring. So this is a perfectly constructed team. Now, where they differ from Western Kentucky, Western, they had a few players that love to shoot the 3-ball. Whitney Creech, Dee Givens, and others were comfortable launching the 3, but this team feasts off driving to the rim and finding buckets from right under the iron. We know that last time against FAU, they scored a vast majority of their points from down low. They were relentless in driving from the rim, and the Owls now need their big players to step up to close off those lanes and put a halt to this Lady Monarch explosive offense. Asia Wayne, Victoria Morris, Taylor Edwards, Amari Young, the 4 players averaging in double figures. And starters are in for your Owls. It's Crystal Prim, Nicola Azola, Tanaya Gordon, Astuge, and Juliette Gauthier. And if the Owls want to find success here in Norfolk, Virginia, they'll need Tanaya Gordon to channel her 26-point performance like she had against FIU for Old Dominion Lady Monarchs. 13-2, best team in conference play. Asia Wayne, Victoria Morris, Taylor Edwards, Amara Young, and Ashley Scott get the go for Old Dominion. And look at the last time out for the Monarchs. They defeated Marshall 64-54. That's over the Thundering Herd on Saturday afternoon. Victoria Morris led all scorers with 18 points, going 5 of 9 from beyond the arc. Going to talk about her in just a bit. The best 3-point shooter and spreading the floor in this Lady Monarch team. Overall, ODU held its 18th opponent this season to below 40% from the field. 3 Monarchs and Morris, Edwards, and Young recorded double-digit performances en route to the Monarchs' 23rd win. Young was 1 rebound shy of a double-double, while Morris and Edwards were 2 boards short of a double-double. ODU and Rice currently sit tied atop the league standings with ODU claiming the tiebreakers. They defeated Rice earlier this season. So we're going to come right back at you for the national anthem, starters, and tip-off in just a few moments here on FAU Sports Network. Stay tuned. Owls, Lady Monarchs tipping off here in just a few moments in Norfolk, Virginia. And we are back here on FAU Sports Network, where the Owls are about to take on the Lady Monarchs, who stand at the top of the mountain in Conference USA, 13-2. Owls coming into this one 6-9 in conference, and mind you, Old Dominion flawless at home, 13-0. This is the second game in a row where the Owls played a team that is flawless at home, but last time the Western Kentucky Lady Toppers had the Owls back in Boca Raton, Florida. Old Dominion looking to protect their home court in Norfolk, Virginia, and come away with their 14th straight game. Looking at their coach, head coach Nikki McCrae, you really have to credit her at the job she has done here at Old Dominion. She came into this one 27-18, came into the school, and she led the Lady Monarchs to, well, less than great 8-23 season, 6-10 conference. Next year, a marked improvement, 21-11, 10-6 in conference play, and now this year they are receiving votes nearing the top 25, top of Conference USA, the team to beat, 23-4, 13-2 in conference play, with 4 players averaging at least 10 points per game for your Owls, looking for their first win since FIU, where they shut down the Panthers, made it nearly impossible for FAU to score any points, 54-42 in that one. And that was just one of 3 times the Owls held opponents below 45 points. Siena, or Juliette Gauthier, had her career game, 24 points. On November 9th, held Siena just 39 points. Then Charlotte, on February 23rd, the Owls held them to just 44 points. So the Owls certainly have the potential to make a stand defensively, but it's going to be difficult against the best team in Conference USA. Now, offensively, the Monarchs excel by attacking the rim, being aggressive, putting their head down, and drawing contact, finding easy shots at the bucket from point blank, but defensively they're just as great. They held opponents on average, scoring just 54.6 points per game. They also protect the rim very well, 3.7 blocks per game compared to FAU's 2.7, and the Lady Monarchs, the best rebounding team in the conference, 42 rebounds per game. Getting into the Lady Monarch starters now: Asia Wayne, Victoria Morris, Taylor Edwards, Amari Young, and Ashley Scott. Even though this Old Dominion team likes to drive to the basket, they do have a 3-point shooter in Victoria Morris, a scoring guard who is relentless when it comes to shooting the 3-ball. The 5'8" junior has made 102 field goals this year, 73 of those coming from beyond the arc in her last 6 games. She has made 22 3-pointers on 50 attempts. She came off the bench versus FAU last time these two teams met, and knocked down 2 3-pointers for an 8-point game in total. So she did play an efficient game off the bench. And tonight she will get the go as she plans to continue her streak of torching teams from downtown. Meanwhile, Taylor Edwards looks to continue her dominance in the post, walking double-double against UTEP and La Tech, or UTSA rather than La Tech. She accumulated 33 rebounds in the span of just 2 weeks. She has an intensity in the post, really, that's incomparable to any other player in this league, maybe except for Raneem El-Jadaiwi, who the Owls just met and finished with 20 and 16. So we are just about to get going here in Chartway Arena, home of the Old Dominion Lady Monarchs. Crystal Prim, Juliette Gauthier, Nicola Azola, Astu Gay, and Tanaya Gordon all grace the floor for your Owls. Meanwhile, stepping out from their bench, Asia Wayne, Victoria Morris, Taylor Edwards, Amari Young, and Ashley Scott. Owls look to hand the Lady Monarchs their first loss at home all season long. Tipping off as the athletic forward, Amari Young, the sophomore, and Crystal Prim. Here we go live from Norfolk, Virginia. We're underway. Owls, Lady Monarchs. The Old Dominion Lady Monarchs win the tip, swing it to Morris immediately. 6 seconds in, she's on the board. Just talking about her explosiveness from beyond the arc, ability to knock down those shots. She was wide open. Lady Monarchs found her on a wide open pass on the left wing. She absolutely took advantage of the wide open shot. She's on the board just 6 seconds in. On the other end, your Owls look to answer. Tanaya Gordon puts up a long two, no good. And just like that, the Lady Monarchs come up with a stop and a three-pointer. Victoria Morris on the other end bringing down the rebound. Wayne bullying down Nicola Azola. Azola absorbs the contact. Offensive foul, easy call. Wayne bullied her elbow right to the chest of Azola. Had perfect position, not letting up any room for Wayne to work, and that is a forced turnover. FAU looking for the first points of the game. Nearly 40 seconds into this one. Second possession, it's Crystal Prim. Being guarded by Amari Young and Gautier. Back to basket, double team. Great court vision out to the corner. Azola three. She ties up the game. Nicola Azola first absorbs the contact for an offensive foul, forcing the turnover, knocking down the three on the other end, and that came from great and precise ball rotation from the Owls. Amari Young now driving in, right block, meets a double team contact. It's going to be 2 shots for Amari Young, and there go the Lady Monarchs attacking the baskets. They have done the whole season and last time against FAU, where they scored a bulk of their points down low in the post. So it's Amari Young shooting 2, one of 4 players scoring over 10 points per game on this team, but Young's greatest feature to her game isn't scoring, it's rebounding at 5'11". Young moves so well and has the tenacity and the paint that is matched by very few within the conference, and even within the rest of the nation. She is averaging over 8 rebounds per game and accumulated 33 in back-to-back games versus TSA and La Tech earlier this year in conference play. Hits the first and hits the second. ODU up 2. Full court press for the Lady Monarchs. Azola double team, swings it to Tanaya Gordon, has to step up, almost turned over, and it's poked away last touch. Old Dominion. Amari Young swarming. Tanaya Gordon along with Victoria Morris forcing that one out of bounds, disrupting this FAU offense early. 5-3, 1 minute 10 seconds into this one. Inbounding is Gautier from the sideline. Sharp pass finds Crystal Prim, picked up by Amari Young, top of the three-point line. Crossover heads left, nothing there. Gordon will try a drive now to Estuge. Pump fakes a 3, sold it well, but we have a whistle. This is against Old Dominion. And Ashley Scott picks up her first foul. With that foul, she'll head out of the game for Mary Reichert. Estuge back to basket against Reichert, out to Azola, drives in, has room, backs up the Reichert cover the hole. Good job by her, preventing an easy drive from the point guard who already has the Owls' first 3. Bounce pass from Gay to Prim, and Prim knocks down the 2, just 27 away now from 1,000. Remember, coming to this game, just 29 points shy of the monumental mark of 1,000 points. FAU certainly made history this year. Coach Jim Jaber winning his 500th game against FIU. In the same game, the Owls claimed their 300th Division I program win, and now Crystal Prim looking to complete a historical year for FAU, accumulating 1,000 points. Owls coming up with a stop, and they turn it right back over. An ill-advised pass, ball advance up to Edwards, now to Morris on the fast break. Pump fakes, gets Azola and Gordon in mid-air, finishes with a perfect finesse at the rim. What transition basketball from Old Dominion, creating that open shot. Point blank for the point guard Victoria Morris, who now has 5 points off 2 of 2 shooting. Rebound up, no shot, no good. It's turned over. Tanaya Gordon has room to work. Selfless pass to Crystal Prim. Looking at the baseline, double spin, and that's a travel. And she spun into a double team. That's that Old Dominion defense. Stepping up to the challenge against one of the best conference scorers in Crystal Prim, averaging nearly 16 points per game. Old Dominion with the chance to extend this to a 2-possession game. 2 minutes, 20 seconds in. Taking the ball up is Adams. Mariah Adams, second in scoring in the loss against Charlotte with 12 points. One of her career games. Wayne, 3 off the mark, off the back iron from the corner. No good. Gordon brings down another rebound. Has the ball now top of the arc against Adams. Going to put it up. Confident looking shot. Short off the front iron. Rebound goes to Asia Wayne, up to Morris, and Morris stopped by Azola. Forced back out to the right wing, the three-point line. Amari Young will reset, top of the arc. On the elbow, no, handoff to Wayne. Wayne going in against Gautier. One-hand pass to Reichert. She can't bring it in, and finally gets it out to Adams. 3-point shot away from Morris, and Morris connects wide open. The ball was tipped and lost. I think FAU got discombobulated on defense and left Victoria Morris wide open for the second time this game. She had 8 points total against FAU last game entirely. She has 8 points within the first 3 minutes as Stu Gay answers with a 3 of her own, the forward getting back on the board. She has scored 3 points in the last 2 previous games combined, so it's nice to see her get out of the slump. Morris fires again, this time a miss, her first miss of the game. She has scored 8 out of the 10 Old Dominion points. Owls now looking to tie it up, maybe a quick 4 or 5 point run. Zola 3 on the way, off the mark, and Morris is there to bring down the board. That is her second of the game, along with those 8 points. Going up in transition is Adams, not wasting any time. They're pressing the ball up the floor, not just off of turnovers, but off of simple rebounds coming off of missed stops. They're making FAU work defensively. They lead by 4 heading to the first timeout. 12-8, 6:12 left in the first quarter. We'll be back here on FAU Sports Network. All right, we are back here at FAU Sports Network, coming at you live from Chartway Arena courtside. I'm Max Ziffer. If you missed the first 3 minutes and 50 seconds of this one, Old Dominion, they lead 12-8 coming into this game. I told you that the Lady Monarchs, they have 4 players scoring at least 10 points per game, and they are also not short of bench talent, role players as well. Asia Hudson, who has scored 20 points versus La Tech following a 15-point performance. It could be anyone on this Lady Monarchs team to take over right now. It's Victoria Morris coming out of the gates. 8 points, hitting her first 3 shots and 2 3-pointers. Azola absorbing contact from Reichert at the rim, and Azola goes to the line for 2 shots. Looking at Nicola Zola, not a primary scorer, a true pass-first point guard, but she is showing off her offensive abilities here in the first quarter, hitting the team's initial 3 points from the corner. Now has a chance to make it a 2-point game. Azola with 3 already. Prima 2 assists, 2 points at the line as Nicola Zola hits the first 3-point game. 6:04 left to go in the first quarter. Second on the way and in, 12-10. On the other end, it's Adams firing to the corner. Old Dominion working that high-octane offense, ball movement back and forth. Very difficult to keep up with. Adams has an open 3, will pass it up to the baseline. Young picks up a double team right back to Adams now. 3-pointer on the way for Old Dominion, no good. Hudson couldn't get it to go. Tilka's in the game. She hits the deck, no whistle. Crystal Prim with 2 points working against the forward Reichert. Off to Gautier. Hump makes a 3 against Morris, goes in on the run. She was hitting that all night long against Western to finish with 20 points, misses that time, and now Amari Young has the ball out to Morris. 3 off the screen, Morris again. She is feeling it, showing off to the crowd at midcourt, 15-10, and 11 of those points coming from the hands of Victoria Morris. 4 of 5, 3 of 4 from beyond the arc coming into this game. She had hit 22 of 50 threes in the last 6, and now she already has 3 within the first half of this first quarter. Crystal Prim tiptoeing and bobbling the ball on the baseline, steps out of bounds, and now the Owls left to defend, trailing by 5. Adams, Hudson, Edwards, Young, Reichert on the floor for Old Dominion. Gabe, Primizola, Gautier, and Tilka. Take the court for your Owls. Taking the ball up is Mariah Adams, playing at the point. Adams on a primary scoring option, but definitely can burn you from moving the ball around, and she has the capability to score as well. Adams now to the corner. Look at this ball movement back and forth, being guarded by Crystal Prim. Top of the three-point line. Shot clock winding down to 1. Floater off the mark. Shot clock violation. That's the kind of defensive possession FAU needed, and they stop Old Dominion from adding on to this 5-point lead. 4:30 left in the first quarter. FAU trails 15-10, being led by Nicola Azola in the scoring department with 5 points, 3-pointer, 2 free throws. Azola moving it to Gautier up the full court press. Gautier tries to save it, and she does. The backhand slap over to Crystal Prim, keeping his possession alive. Prim tosses it to the corner. Tilka 3, wide open, but can't convert. Ball bounce in the hands of Stu Gay, and she is blocked by Reichert. Didn't even leave her feet. Rejected the shot. Saw Stu Gay going up with that from the moment she touched it, and just raised her hand to prevent Gay from scoring. The Owls now have missed their last 4 consecutive shots, only trailing by 5, however. Plenty of time to turn around the first quarter, and we have an offensive foul coming off of the inbounds. That's going to go against Ali Tilka. That's her first foul. That's the Owls' second team foul. Old Dominion with 3. 6 minutes expired, 4 minutes left. Old Dominion leading 15-10. Edwards now with the ball, being guarded by Tilka. Heads right, double team. Now to Asia Wayne. Back over the corner, and Edwards. Now to the post. Reichert has it. Jump ball. And it's going to go to FAU. So the Owls are second consecutive stop that time. Blanketing Reichert as she received the entry pass, and that is another perfect executed defensive possession. Now Crystal Prim on the other end against Young, and that's a traveling violation. Young put her hand up, saw Crystal Prim driving all the way, put her hand up, and Crystal Prim ran with it, all while keeping possession. And so now on the other end, Edwards controls. Taylor Edwards, top of the arc, moves to the corner. Hudson 3 on the way, nothing but net. And this is a different style of playing, a turnover as Hudson rushed up on Nicola Azola trying to advance it for FAU. So a quick 3 points and a turnover within the span of a few seconds. And this is a different style offense we saw last time these two teams played. Old Dominion, they had no problem driving to the rim. Now they are exploiting the 3-point game against FAU. This team 4 of 7 from beyond the arc, and Hudson the first player besides Morris to hit a 3. Taylor Edwards trapped by Tilka, dribbling out of it, heads to the rim now, all the way, can't finish it, everything but finish that one, got through 3 FAU players and ran out of room at the rim. Tilka now drives in, blocked, absolutely denied by Deja Carter, who just entered the game for the first time. That's the second Old Dominion blocked, expanding this lead now 18-10 with 3 minutes 19 seconds left to go in the first quarter on a 6-0 run over the last 2 minutes and 5 seconds. Owls have not scored a bucket in the last 2:44, and bad news for FAU. Victoria Morris has just entered the game. She's outscoring FAU personally 11-10. Gaston, mid-range jumper, no good. Gautier reels in the rebound. Gautier coming off of a 20-point double-double for her 6th double-double of the year. Gaston back to basket, can't finish. Edwards up to Morris on the rebound. Taylor Edwards again, top of the arc, looking to hand off to Asia Wayne. She does. Wayne snaps a pass to Morris, picked up by Gautier. FAU denying the Lady Monarchs of any room to the rim this possession so far. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Edwards explodes to the rim. We have a foul on Gaston. That's going to result in 2 Old Dominion free throws, trying to extend this run to a 10-0 run. Meanwhile, the Owls, they have missed their last 7 consecutive shots. And early off, 2:48 left to go in the first quarter. Old Dominion, they have 6 team assists. Shooting 2 is Taylor Edwards looking for first points of the game. Can't hit the first. keeps it at 18-10. Edwards has been playing in the stratosphere as of late. She scored double figures in her last 15 consecutive games, and is the chief reason as to why ODU stands at the top of Conference USA. And she hits her first, so an 8-0 run for Old Dominion, 19-10. FAU looking to activate this offense. Tilka's going to try a corner three, same one she tried just minutes ago. Morris one-hand board, boxing out Crystal Prim. What an effort for the point guard. Number 5 swings it over, right back to Morris. Give and go, now to the post. Is blocked by Tilka. Tilka absolutely denying Deja Carter from the easy two, and that puts FAU back on the offensive end, trying to snap the scoring drought of nearly 4 minutes now on the back end of a 7-0 run. Gote trying to go up and under, nothing there. Now out to Azola. Screen from Tilka. Prim trying to get by Asia Wayne, who is scoreless in tonight's matchup. Hop step goes up. Crystal Prim can't finish, and we have a traveling violation. So I saw hop step, referee saw a travel, and the scoring drought continues, now exceeding 4 minutes and 11 seconds for the Owls. Old Dominion doing what they do best, stopping teams on the defensive end and forcing turnovers. They have forced 5 in the last 4 minutes, trying to expand on the 7-0 run they've accumulated in the first quarter. Mariah Adams playing at the point, 6-foot guard, capable of doing so much on the floor. Over to Asia Wayne, has a wide open mid-range two. Off the mark, Juliette Gauthier reaches up and grabs her second board of the game. Azola fires up to Amber Gasson, saves it out of bounds, and she tosses it over to Asia Wayne. Move to Edwards now in the corner. Hudson finds Carter driving in. The ball movement is just so precise, so accurate, knowing where everybody is in the floor at all times. They find Carter driving in while Gaston was still on the opposite baseline after the turnover, and Old Dominion lead by 11. 21-10, 1:16 left to go in the first quarter. We'll be back here on FAU Sports Network. And we are back live from Chartway Arena, home of the Old Dominion Lady Monarchs, where they are 13-0, and they are showing you why. Now a well-balanced attack, although being led by Victoria Morris, who has 11 points, the team shooting 47%. They have 17 assists in the first 9 minutes of this game, now in a 9-0 run. And they're putting on full display why they are the best team in the conference. Turned over, Crystal Prim loses it, and Hudson comes up with a steal, taking their time now. Offensively, Edwards travels, looking for Hudson on the right wing. Can't get it to her before taking that step. Now 1:01 left to go. Lexa Zapp and Tanaya Gordon will sub in for Crystal Prim, Nicola Azola. So within the 1 minute mark, Lexa Zaff takes over at the point. One-hand pass over to Tilko, being guarded by Taylor Edwards. Gauthier receives it, top of the arc, and moves it over to Alexa Zaff. Zaff immediately looking to pass left wing beyond the three-point line. Finds Juliette Gauthier, goes up, trying to draw contact, can't do it, but finishes with a defender all over her. And the Owls snap a 5-minute scoreless drought. And now they are on the board, 21-12, trailing by 9. Old Dominion with 29 seconds left, 20 on the shot clock. Asia Wayne goes in, trapped by Tilka and Gay. Pass tip by Tanaya Gordon. Good job defensively by FAU. Not over yet, though. Have to protect the rim for the next 22.9. So there is a 9-second differential between the game and the shot clock. Victoria Morris, the game's leading scorer, will sub in for Mariah Adams, taking over at the point guard position. Asia Hudson also win, and they pack such a strong, dynamic 1-2 punch in the backcourt, Hudson and Morris. Right now they combined for 14 of the team's 21 points. Morris controlling overhead pass to Edwards, right back to Morris, had a three, but pass up to Asia Wayne. Wayne double team, and we have a whistle. That's 3-second violation, and Morris probably should have shot the three at the top of the three-point arc and decided to try and feed Deja Carter in the inside as well. But that'll go over to FAU. Shot clock turned off. FAU trailing by single digits after a nightmarish first quarter. Statistically, you're still right in the mix of things, 21-12. Gauthier catch and shoot. Three-pointer is in. Gauthier connects from beyond the arc, and that wraps up the first quarter. So after the struggles by FAU, they were scoreless for nearly 5 minutes. And Old Dominion, they won a 9-0 run. This game is still neck and neck, 21-15. Old Dominion leads by 6. Gauthier, 5 points. Coming back off of her 20-point, 11-rebound game, leading the way for FAU along with the Zolo. They both have 5. We'll be right back here on FAU Sports Network for the second quarter of tonight's game. Stay tuned. We are back live from Norfolk, Virginia here on FAU Sports Network, where the Owls take a 6-point deficit into the first quarter. And you know what? Juliette Gauthier still has that confidence she's carrying over from her Western Kentucky game, where she had a 20-point double-double, 20 and 11. She now has 5 along with Nicola Azola. It was looking as if the Lady Monarchs were already about to pull away with this in the first quarter. I know it's early, but they were dominating this game. They went on a 9-0 scoring spree, held the Owls scoreless for over 5 minutes, forced 4 turnovers in the span of 4 minutes, and the Owls trail by just 6. So the Owls showing you what they are capable of when they really connect and unify as a team. Asia Wayne over to Edwards. Old Dominion starting with possession. Asia Wayne fires over to the right wing. Now Victoria Morris. No-look pass to Edwards. Back over to Morris. And right back to Edwards, driving in. One-hand pass, dish off, going up the shoot instead. The pass was to Asia Wayne. Carter grabs the offensive board, second chance opportunity. Wayne has it at the rim. The Owls did their job first. They stopped the shot, just couldn't box out and close out that defensive possession. Instead, Old Dominion scores 2. That was Asia Wayne, her first 2 of the game, 8-point lead. Gauthier is going to try to continue this hot streak into the second quarter. 3 on the way, no good. Has 5. Morris going in. Acrobatic layup miss, and Gauthier is there to secure the board, her 3rd of the game. Always a solid rebounder, Juliette Gauthier is. Tanaya Gordon to the rim, trying to do it all by herself. No good. Just in full acceleration to the rim and could not place the ball with a soft touch off the rim, but Stugate did get the rebound and get fouled. So the Owls have a new possession here, 1 minute to the second quarter, 23-15. And Old Dominion already exemplifying the word depth as they have 7 bench points compared to the Owls' 0. Pass to Gay in the left block to Gauthier, catch and shoot. Not enough on it. Gay trying for the rebound. She gets it. 3rd chance opportunity here for FAU with 10 seconds on the shot clock. Alexa Zaff dribbling against Asia Hudson. Finds Tanaya Gordon crossing over left, has room. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Tilka to Gordon, has to shoot. 1 second. Juliette Gauthier gets it up. No good. Rebound by Taylor Edwards, her 2nd of the game. Edwards with 1 rebound, 2. Check that, 1 point, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. 3-pointer on the way for Morris, and she finally misses. Morris just 3 of 5 from beyond the arc and 11 points. Only 2 misses for her after firing away in the first part of this game. Ball being bounced back and forth on the FAU side of things, and it lands in the hands of Amari Young, who has 2 points and 2 boards in 9 minutes. Moving it up is Victoria Morris over to Asia Hudson. Hand off to Amari Young, top of the three-point line. Hudson wide open, buries it, keeping that hand up, confident shot. Knew it was going in for the second and left her fingertips, and Asia Hudson now has 3 points. Check that, 6 points, both coming up the three-point ball, 1 assist, and Old Dominion up 11 steal. Here comes Hudson right back at it. Finish. No, she missed the wide open breakaway layup. FAU catches a break. Now can they make Old Dominion pay on the other end as a Stu Gay fires it over to Juliet Gauthier driving in, and Gauthier misses a layup. So both teams taking turns missing fairly easy layups, especially Old Dominion. Asia Hudson had no one in front of her. Taylor Edwards going in, dish off on the run, three-pointer for Young off the mark. Tanaya Gordon board. Gordon, her third rebound of the game. Gay and Gauthier both have 4 apiece. FAU out rebounding Old Dominion by 1. There's another turnover coming from behind as Taylor Edwards poking the ball out of Tanaya Gordon. Did not see her coming. Edwards trying to finish over 2 Owls. No good. Grabs her own rebound. Victoria Morris resets. They've been looking for the 3 this game, rotating the ball back and forth from right wing to left wing, top of the arc. Edwards has it now beyond the right side of the three-point arc. Touch pass to Young, driving in, easy space, nobody's there. Stu Gay was in the post, but on the wrong side. She was on the right block, and Amari Young had a red carpet right to the rim. Amari Young now with 4 points, and the Lady Monarchs, their largest lead of the night, stands at 13. And FAU, they still have not scored this quarter. 3 minutes and 30 seconds in, rather. There's another turnover. Batilka gets it right back, puts up a shot, no good, and Old Dominion secures the rebound. Ashley Scott back in for the Lady Monarchs. Asia Hudson, the crafty point guard. Amari Young goes up, mid-range J in the face of a Stu Gay, and she hits that one. Amari Young now showing off her offensive skills here in the second. 6 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists in 11 minutes. And to open this quarter, the Lady Monarchs on a 9-0 scoring spree. Amber Gass and Crystal Prima-Zola will replace Tanaya Gordon, Alexis Aff, and Stu Gay on the floor, trying to spark this offense. An offense that has been dormant in the second quarter, scoreless. Nearly 4 minutes in, 6:05 remaining in the first half. Gauthier on the baseline trying to inbound to Gaston. Gaston's open, close range 2, finally gets it to go, and the Owls are on the board in the second quarter. It's the sophomore from Vicksburg, Mississippi, draining the close range 2. Now Asia Hudson has a wide open 3. No one's there to cover. She misses, and rebound goes to Deja Carter. She can't finish, but does draw contact from Gaston. She's going to the line for 2. Abby Voss will sub in for FAU. Old Dominion trying to match their game-high lead of 15 points with these 2 free throws from Deja Carter. Carter only 2 points last time out against FAU. It's the first 14-point lead, 31-17. Second also falls, gets the fortunate roll. 5:50 left to go in the half, 32-17. Old Dominion starting to separate themselves from the 9th place FAU Owls, fighting for that 8th seed in Conference USA, sitting at 6-9 in conference play. Juliet Gauthier has the ball, guarded by the forward Riker, top of the three-point line. Will pass to Ozola, playing at the point, and Alexis Zaff catch and shoot 3. No good. Asia Wayne rebound, her second of the game. Now Old Dominion out rebounding FAU by 1, and we have a traveling violation. It was Asia Wayne ran right into Abby Voss, and Abby Voss did not budge. Wayne took an extra step. That's a forced turnover. Old Dominion now with 11 team assists on the game. That is absolutely remarkable. And we haven't even reached the midway mark in the second quarter. On average, the team finds 11 assists per game. They've matched that halfway through the second. Officially 5 minutes left. FAU trailing by 15. Azola finds Gauthier. who has 5. End of the quarter with 5 quick points as a wide open baseline J. Yes. Old Dominion thought she was going to pass. She immediately put her head down, ran to the baseline. Nobody was there. It's a routine jump shot. Gauthier leading the Owls with 7. Hudson, Carter, Reichert, Wayne, Adams on the floor for Old Dominion. Controlling the ball is the 6-foot guard Adams. Asia Wayne looking to attack, puts up by Prim and Voss. Move to Riker, top of the 3-point arc. Gauthier steps up defensively. Pass is stolen by Azola. Entry pass to Deja Carter denied. Azola taking it up. The freshman from Mafia puts up a 3. Can't get it to go off the steal, and ball lands in the hands of Hudson. It was bobbled out of the hands of Deja Carter. Wayne now stepping up, going to the paint. Can't score. Does draw contact. 2 free throws coming up for Asia Wayne. And before the 2 free throws, we have a timeout. Old Dominion leads by 18, a game high 45. Or checked out 32-19, being led by Victoria Morrison scoring. Gauthier with 7. We'll be back here on FAU Sports Network. Stay tuned. And we are back to action here at the Chartway Arena, home of the Old Dominion Lady Monarchs. And going to the line right now is Asia Wayne, a dominant two-way player and one of the many who can slash and attack the rim in a ruthless manner on this team. The 5'10" sophomore took care of business versus FAU last time out, finishing the game with 16 points and 11 boards. She was 8 of 13 from the floor and found the bulk of her buckets right at the iron from point-blank territory. First shot up and in. Her last 2 games, she scored a total of 9 points combined, 4 of 24. Coming into this one over the last 2 contests, splits the pair of free throws 33-19. And this full court press giving the Owls problems. Zola trying to break out of it, has Zaff over to the corner to Voss now, and it's poked out of bounds by Asia Wayne, who's doing big things now on the other end. That's why I said two-way player. She is such an aggressive body in both ends of the floor. That time breaking up the possible 3-point play for FAU. Abby Voss had a decent look at a 3-point shot, or would have. 42% shooting for Old Dominion. The Owls have forced 9 turnovers. On average, they only turn over the ball. The Lady Monarchs do only 13 times a game, so the Owls doing some things right defensively, but they have to close out on the defensive possessions. Inbound to Abby Voss from Juliet Gauthier, and the sophomores connect for an easy 2. Abby Voss checks in and checks off 2 on the scoring board. 12-point game. Asia Wayne looking to drive on Crystal Prim. Prim staying right in front of her. Gauthier comes to help out. Edwards now has room to drive in. Picked up by Crystal Prim. Right back out to Wayne. Great defensive effort by the Owls so far. Baseline 2 for Amari Young. No good. Ball on the floor. It's Ozola and Zaff wrapped up with Asia Wayne rather. And that's going to be a jump ball staying with Old Dominion. Yes, it will stay with the Lady Monarchs. Victoria Morris will inbound, and after an explosive start to this second quarter, the Monarchs haven't scored in the last 2 minutes and 35 seconds. Still leading by 12. Owls need to capitalize on this scoring funk for the Lady Monarchs. Ball moved to the right wing. Adams, Mariah Adams going to the free throw stripe. Victoria Morris pump fake, sold it against Azola, goes up, had a Stuget right on her, and another offensive rebound. That's killer for FAU. Adams goes up, draws contact, and one. Count the bucket. And that's what I mean when you have to close out defensive possessions. You force a miss, you have to do your job boxing out and grab the rebound to put that possession away instead. It was a rebound from the 6-foot guard Mariah Adams, who not only found the board, but went straight to the bucket, found contact, and finished. So instead of a possible Owls 2 or 3 point bucket, we have a 3-point play for the Lady Monarchs as Adams completes it, hitting the free throw, and the Lady Monarchs back up 15. A frustrating possession to watch, and Owls trying to answer back with something here of their own offensively. Juliette Gauthier, who had 5 points to close out the first quarter, now with 7 total, will sling it over to Alexa Zaff. Voss now top of the 3-point arc, looking for Azola. Nothing there. Instead finds Gauthier in the corner. With Crystal Prim now has control of the ball. 3-pointer on the way. No good. Victoria Morris now finding success on the boards. The 5'8" point guard now has 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 11 points. And now to the rim is number 1, Mariah Adams, who just completed a big-time 3-point play after bringing down an offensive board. And now she is fouled against Abby Voss. That's the Owls' 4th foul, 2:50 left to go in the second quarter. Shooting 2 is Mariah Adams. Misses the first. Adams playing a strong role off the bench this year. The 6-foot guard distributed 56 assists coming into this game and has proven her ability to score as well, scoring in double figures 5 times this year and notching a career high 13. Adams adds a layer of depth to this Monarch team, and you can see that in the stat sheet. They have 12 total assists, the whole team. Contributing to the 16-point lead right now, 37-21, 2:35 left to go in the second quarter. Azola moving around that arc and finds Crystal Prim, short-range pass. Prim, entry pass to Juliette Gauthier, goes up, gets the ball tipped, couldn't finish. Prim offensive board, she goes up and does finish. Usually she gets fouled, not that time. But Crystal Prim just found her 4th point, along with her 3rd rebound, 1 of 2 shooting, 14-point game. Morris 11, 5, and 3, and she's almost flirting with a triple-double, almost at halftime. Morris has the ball again, top of the 3-point arc. Juliette Gauthier is going to pick her up. She'll send it to Edwards, right back to Morris. Morris over to Edwards. Out of this offense, it's been Morris to Edwards back and forth until something or someone finds an open play. That time Edwards misses on the layup, 37-23. Owls coming up with a stop. Prim trying to drive in, and she falls down. No travel, but a jump ball that stays with FAU. Reichert and Hudson will sub in for Morris and Asia Wayne. So 2 top dog scorers out for Old Dominion, although this team is deep, they don't need. Their starting 5 in at all times. They find weapons from deep within their arsenal. Azola inbounds to Crystal Prim. Picked up by Amari Young. Gauthier pump fakes the 3 against Edwards. Goes in. Contact, can't finish off the glass, but 2 free throws coming up for the Canadian sophomore, Juliette Gauthier, coming off of a 20-point double-double against Western Kentucky. And it's nice to see her back. Performing as she usually does in the double-figure mark in the scoring department. She is now 2 free throws away from 9. She stands at the free throw stripe, and more importantly, trying to cut down this Owls deficit. 37-23, 140 left to go in the second quarter. Owls certainly want to head into halftime trailing by at least single digits. Gauthier first free throw up. one of the best free throw shooters on this team. Her and Vega Aho. With Vega Aho out, she is certainly the most efficient free throw shooter. 13-point game. Gauthier with 8 along with 4 rebounds. Misses the second. And the rebound goes over to Mariah Adams. Can do so much with the dribbling ability and the height of 6 foot tall. Asia Wayne in the game against Crystal Prim. Prim blocks it, but no contact is assessed against Crystal Prim, denying Asia Wayne. That was a tough call. Looked like she got all balls. Asia Wayne went to the rim instead. Wayne has 2 free throws. She has 3 points, just 1 of 4 shooting, with 4 boards and 1 assist. First shot for Wayne misses, keeping us at a 13-point contest, 37-24. Old Dominion remain the top of the Conference USA standings and trying to protect their home floor, in which they're 13-0. Asia Wayne misses the second, and Crystal Prim has the ball in transition, moving, zips it over to Ali Tilka. 3, misses her 3rd corner 3 of the game, and Asia Wayne somehow finds a rebound between 2 Owls. Abby Voss and Gauthier were there, could not bring up the board. Wayne fading away, no good. Reichert rebound, another offensive board for Old Dominion. Now we're starting to slip up on the boards. This is a second chance opportunity for Mariah Adams, dribbling the ball on the left elbow, fires to Amari Young. Voss picks her up, not letting her drive in. Now it's Hudson over to Edwards, long 2, not typically her favorite shot, and Adams shoves Gauthier to the floor. Easy call, as Mariah Adams got way too physical against Gauthier, blatantly putting her to the deck in pursuit of the rebound, and that's going to be an easy call against her. Owls, this defense now doing good things. They have forced 4 consecutive misses. Old Dominion, they have not scored in the last 2 minutes. 37 points, 49 seconds away from halftime. Inbounding is Gauthier to Ozola, being guarded by Amari Young. Double team. Over to Prim, now finds Gauthier. Seamless transition up the floor. Gauthier drives in. Corner 3 again. Tilka not backing down the 3-point ball. Misses her 4th of the game. Voss rebound. She is fouled. Pushed down by, it looks like, Reichert. And it will be. Marie Reichert picks up her 2nd foul of the game. She is scoreless in 8 minutes. Owls not in the bonus yet. That is the team's 4th foul. 15-second differential between the game and shot clock. With her 2nd foul, she'll sub out for Deja Carter. Prim, Ozola, Gauthier, Tilka, Voss on the floor for the Owls. Adams, Wayne, Hudson, Carter, Young on the floor for the Lady Monarchs. Inbounding as Gauthier finds Voss. Baseline 2. Yep. Abby Voss connects from Gauthier. It's the 2nd play where the 2 sophomores connected. Gauthier assists to Abby Voss. They have 4 points in that fashion. 11-point game now. Owls building up a bit of a run here on their own in the back end of the second quarter, rather. 13 seconds now on the game clock.
Keep the ball over here. Keep it over here. Yes.
Mariah Adams taking her time. 6 seconds beyond the left wing, the 3-point line. Driving in left, going to try to do it by herself, and they lose Adams. Big time miscommunication. They split a wide open hole. Adams seamlessly went to the rim, scored an easy 2 to complete an 8-point first half. Adams 3 of 4 from the floor. This team firing on all cylinders. Old Dominion, they were shooting 50% at the end of that first quarter. That has dwindled down to 38 now. FAU forcing turnovers. They have forced 9 against Old Dominion, but the Lady Monarchs showing off their depth and their ability as a team to connect. They have 12 total team assists. Adams with 8, Wayne with 3, Hudson with 6, Carter with 4, Young with 6. And the leading scorer in the game, Victoria Morris, who scored 11 early in the first quarter. She has been quiet since. Has accumulated 5 rebounds, 3 assists. For your Owls, Gauthier leading the way in scoring with 8 points and 5 boards, 3 assists. 2 of those to Abby Voss. Voss has 4 points and just 6 minutes on 2 of 2 shooting and 3 rebounds. One of the best halves we've seen from her all season long. And we'll be back here in FAU Sports Network in 15 minutes for the second half of this one. Old Dominion, they lead by 13 here in FAU Sports Network, 39-26. We'll be back. Oh, our dance team? Yeah, oh yeah.
Juliet's on pace for a triple double.
Yeah, she is. Oh, wait, you said Juliet is? Wait,
She has 8,
5
5,
and 3.
3.
Yeah.
She's probably
She
going to
needs
get 10 assists.
more assists. She needs to score 2 more points and just designate the rest of the game.
Ball,
Yeah.
Juliet, pass the ball. Pass the ball.
I've never broadcast for our team triple double. 11 points. She opened this game up, scored the first 8 points for the Lady Monarchs. Coming into this one, she had 22 3-pointers on 50 attempts. She has 3 more in the first 20 minutes of this one. And remember back the 8th game of conference play, the Owls met the Lady Monarchs, and Victoria Morris had 8 points in total. She had 8 points in the first 4 minutes of this one. And for your Owls, it's Juliet Gauthier continuing the hot hand she had against Western Kentucky. 8 points, 3 of 9 shooting, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, stuffing that stat sheet. And she has a 3-pointer, as does a Stu Gay and Nicola Azola. Azola opened things up for the Owls with a opening 3, and a Stu Gay also connecting from beyond the arc and bringing down 4 rebounds in 10 minutes. Now the Owls have to find a way to throw a wrench into this Old Dominion offense. They have moved the ball as they please, shooting the ball from beyond the arc as well. Last time these two teams met, they scored a bulk of their points in the paint. And this time, Old Dominion, they have 14 points in the paint, but they're starting to expand the floor using the 3 ball. They are 5 of 12 from beyond the arc. Owls 3 of 13. So they have to overall just devise a way to stop Old Dominion from scoring the ball 39 points. And Old Dominion also showing off their defensive abilities, holding teams to 56.4 points per game. And Owls now on pace to score 52, only 26 first half points. But that being said, the Owls still right in the mix of things. Just a 13-point game up for grabs for both teams. Remember, Old Dominion standing on top of Conference USA, 13-2 record, 24-3 on the year. Let's check that 23-4. And both teams now taking the floor as the second half is about to be underway here in the Chartway Arena in Norfolk, Virginia. Nicola Azola, Ali Tilka, Crystal Prim, Stu Gay, and Juliet Gauthier. So a different looking 5 from who the Owls started with. And for Old Dominion, Asia Wayne, Victoria Morris, Taylor Edwards, Amari Young. At the 5, it's Ashley Scott. So here we go. Old Dominion will inbound. Start with the ball. They hold on to a 13-point lead. Taylor Edwards off to the races, going to the rim. Stuffed by a Stu Gay. Definitely got a tip on it. Ball fell way short. Juliet Gauthier brings down her 5th rebound of the game. Make it 6, actually. 8 and 6 for her. Tilka, 3-pointer. Misses. She has missed all 5 this game. And she still has the confidence, which is a good sign. She's taken 5 open 3-pointers, but she's missed every single one so far. Now 0 of 7 from the floor, so a rough start for Tilka. Defensively, she has done her job, however, has recorded a block, also a rebound, and 1 steal in 12 minutes, but offensively just hasn't found her touch yet. Both teams empty-handed in the first 2 possessions. 30 seconds into this third quarter, the Owls look to take down the Lady Monarchs for the first time in school history. Owls 0-9 coming into this one. Last time they met in Boca Raton, Florida, Victoria Morris out to Taylor Edwards. Those two, they've controlled the ball for what it seems like at least 75% of the game. Amari Young, handoff to Wayne, picked up by Tilka, goes into the double team, tries to dish it off. Morris behind the back save. No, she was out of bounds. So second consecutive stop for the Owls to kick off this third quarter. Nicola Azola pressing it up the floor, picked up by Asia Wayne. One-hand pass to Ali Tilka, looking to rev it up offensively. 0 of 7 from this point. Bounce pass to a Stu Gay, left block. Takes a few dribbles, backs up against Reichert. Marie Reichert now against a Stu Gay. Few dribbles in, out to Crystal Prim. Pump fakes the 3. Taylor Edwards picks her up mid-range fadeaway. No good. Asia Wayne rebound. So both teams missing their first 2 shots, 0 of 4 collectively. In the first minute and 20 seconds, Reichert jumping up and down, wanted the ball. Wayne didn't find her, instead it's to Edwards at the top of the key. Takes a few dribbles in right, stops at the elbow. Morris driving in against Tilka, looks for the bump, no good, fades away. She was relying on contact for that offensive opportunity, missed the shot. Now Old Dominion, they've missed their first 3 opportunities. The Owls missed their first 2, and if you're the Owls, it's good that you're stopping them and finding a rhythm on the defensive end, but they haven't capitalized on the offensive side of things. Azola. Roll fire, screen from Stu Gay, way off the mark, ball tipped by Edwards. Last touch should be Old Dominion. And it will be FAU ball. 20 seconds on shot clock. 2 minutes into this third quarter, both teams scoreless, so a slow start. Owls certainly have a chance here to chop down this 13-point deficit, 39-26 out of the game. Victoria Morris and Taylor Edwards. So 2 main generators for this offense now off the floor. Still have, of course, Mariah Adams and Asia Wayne. Ball to Rozola. Ball rolls to the backcourt. The Owls forced to move it up, reset offensively. Juliet Gauthier has it, picked up by Adams, who has an efficient 8 points off 70% shooting. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Gauthier spinning, looking for help, finds a Stu Gay. 5 seconds now. Owls scrambling for a shot. Ripped out of her hands by the forward Marie Reichert to Young. Young waiting for the numbers to get back offensively. Mariah Adams stepping back, nothing there. Handoff to Asia Hudson, now handoff to Wayne. Top of the arc goes up, denied, and now we have a whistle. And it will be an inadvertent whistle, so the Owls will have possession. They thought maybe Crystal Prim travel, and the referee realized she made a mistake, so this will go to FAU. Both teams still remain scoreless. 2 minutes and 30 seconds into the third quarter. Tilka has a step on Wayne, room to go, met by Reichert at the rim. And we have a kickball violation, so put 20 up on the shot clock. Same starting 5 reside out there for the Owls. Meanwhile, Adams, Wayne, Hudson, Young, Reichert in after a few substitutions early off, trying to kick this Old Dominion team into gear. Stu Gay trying to back down Reichert, ran out of room, put it up right under the rim, and completely ripped on that one. Now Amari Young taking it up and finds the first 2 points of the half for either team. Exactly at the 7-minute mark, so 3 minutes elapsed before either team could score. Zola trying to pass, and we have a backcourt violation. She was trapped right at the line and brought the ball back behind her head. So an impermeable defense coming out of the second half for Old Dominion. They have not allowed a single point, and they've scored 2 themselves. Amari Young to the basket, throwing her body into Juliet Gauthier, and rewarded with 2 free throws. Juliet Gauthier picks up only her 2nd foul, so not in bad shape in the foul department. 8 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists for her. Going to the line is Amari Young, who has 8 points off 3 of 7 shooting, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. And it looks like this whole team is doing a great job of stuffing the stat sheet. Asia Wayne, 3 points, 6 boards, 1 assist. Young misses the first, keeping her total at 8 points, and the team's total at 41. 15-point lead, second free throw on the way, and in splits the pair. So a 16-point lead for Old Dominion. This defense now starting to startle FAU and paralyze them offensively. Have nothing going on here in the third quarter, still scoreless, nearing the 3-minute 30-second mark. Prim trying to change that, 3 on the way, no good. Ball tipped by Amari Young to the hands of Ali Tilka. Gauthier, little baseline jumper from a few feet off, and just wide open, just couldn't get it to go. The Owls don't have their touch right now in the third quarter, have not got a feel offensively, and that time Old Dominion, they played poor defense. Juliet Gauthier was wide open. Reichard 3, the forward hits the side of the backboard. Gaston tries to clear the rebound. Instead, she inadvertently tips it to Asia Wayne, and Wayne goes up on the run. No good. Amber Gaston rebound. And stolen by Asia Hudson out of nowhere. Really don't know where she came from. Did not see her on the floor. And that is another Old Dominion forced turnover. Mariah Adams resets. Entry pass to Amari Young. Drives in against the double team. Fading away. No good. Tough look. Has Gauthier and Prim are right there. Prim up the floor past Mariah Adams. Has a lane. Goes up and meets Reichard at the rim. Reichard blocked it but made contact with Crystal Prim. And finally the Owls have a prime opportunity to score. This quarter, they have been scoreless through 4 minutes and 30 seconds. And at the line is Crystal Prim for 2, one of the conference's best free throw shooters. Crystal Prim, a slow scoring day for her, coming off of a 17.8 rebound game. 8 20-point scoring performances for her this year. 8 double-doubles. The Owls' leading scorer, 15.7 a game, goes to the line for 2. Owls desperate for some points here, trying to bring this one a little bit closer, and Prim hits the first. Old Dominion, the best rebounding team in the nation. They have 31 boards. Owls not doing too shabby on the boards. 28 themselves. They have, both teams have 10 offensive rebounds. 42-28. Deficit cut to 14. Edwards moves it to the corner. Adams quickly snaps it over to Edwards and right back to Adams. Adams has not taken a shot this quarter. 8 points, 3 of 4 still. Victoria Morris to the corner. Amari Young has room to drive, met by Abby Voss and Juliet Gauthier. Hudson will try a 3, way off the mark, off the iron, and we have a foul against number 14, Abby Voss, in pursuit of the rebound, made contact with Taylor Edwards and put her right hand on the shoulder of Taylor Edwards, yanking her down, and that's going to create another 20-second opportunity for Old Dominion, officially at the halfway mark in the third quarter. Edwards crossover. What a pass to Amari Young in the post. Pump fake goes up and scores in traffic. Had the mismatch against Azola. Azola was there to cover, but with that height differential, not much you could do. And Old Dominion once again putting on full display their passing abilities as a team. Nicola Azola on the baseline, not looking to shoot, finds Gauthier. 16-point lead for Old Dominion, 44-28. 4:40 left to go in the third. Crystal Prim from the right wing, guarded by Edwards. Finds Gauthier. Mariah Adams steps up to the top of the arc. Gauthier fakes the handoff pass. Fadeaway baseline jumper trying to take over here in the third quarter, and that is tipped out of bounds by Old Dominion. So Gordon will sub in right after we get back from this media timeout. 4:27 left to go in the third. Old Dominion leads by 13, 44-28. We'll be back here on FAU Sports Network. Stay tuned. And we are back live from Norfolk, Virginia here in FAU Sports Network, where the Owls trail by 16 points. And they are having big-time trouble scoring against Old Dominion. Shooting now as a team 24% are the Owls, 10 of 41 from the floor. They have 2 points coming off 2 Crystal Prim free throws without a field goal this quarter. That being said, Old Dominion, there's Crystal Prim off the inbounds from Gauthier. Gauthier, 3 finds off the inbound. She has had eyes in the back of her head this game, 4 assists, 7 rebounds, 8 points. One of the better all-around games she has had this season. And that's the first field goal coming with 4:15 left to go in the third quarter. Hudson firing it back and forth, playing catch with Morris. Finally over to Adams. Edwards goes in. Acrobatic finish off balance. Somehow finds a way to complete the bucket. And Old Dominion answers back with a 2 of their own. 16-point lead once again. 14 total assists for Old Dominion. Only 11 combined points for both teams in this third quarter. Gordon spinning, looking for a board. Gauthier tips it up to herself a few times and secures her 8th rebound. So she is on track for a double-double. She could find 2 more points and 2 more boards. Zap to the rim, finishes, count the bucket, just what FAU needed. Alexa Zapp exploding to the rim for her first bucket of the game. She'll try to make it 3 at the free throw stripe. It was Asia Hudson who made contact with Zaff going to the rim. And this is a big free throw opportunity, trying to cut it to a 13-point deficit. Zaff does hit the free throw, so she is on the board. A 3-point play for the freshman. The Owls have shown flashes of defensive success. They're holding Old Dominion to 37% shooting. That's not a good number by any means. Morris, no look pass over to Adams. Baseline drive for Amari Young. Backs down Voss, puts up the shot. No good. Prim trying to find the board. Instead, it's tipped off of her fingertips to Abby Voss. And Owls trying to move it up the floor. This full court press giving them troubles. However, it's lost off the foot of Tanaya Gordon and into the hands of Asia Wayne. Tipped right back by Gauthier, saving the day on the defensive end. And Crystal Prim driving, mid-range, pull up, no good. Tipped out of bounds. Last touch, Abby Voss. And both teams exchanging possessions rapidly. FAU had possession. It was turned over to Asia Wayne, then who lost it to Juliet Gauthier, and then Crystal Prim had a chance to knock down a usually easy for her 2-point jumper from 10 feet out. Could not get it to go. Handoff pass to Asia Hudson, now swings it back to Victoria Morris, who has not scored since early in the second quarter. She still has 11 points. Morris looking to pass, trying to cross over Gauthier. He's going to bounce it to Amari Young, picks up a double team. Lob pass to Morris, 3-point line going up. Pushes off to Young now. Young can't finish. Offensive rebound, puts it in. And 2 quick offensive rebounds for Old Dominion. And that's their 12th offensive board of the game. Stu Gay backing down Asia Wayne immediately on the offensive end. Alexis after Tanaya Gordon passes up the 3. She gets it right back this time. She'll fire off the mark of the front iron. And Asia Hudson, the point guard, grabs her second board along with 6 points. 15-point lead. And we have a foul against Crystal Prim. Team moves the ball unlike no other within the conference, and don't forget they've received votes. They're nearing the top 25, so they're one of the best teams in the nation at a lot of things. At least in the top 25, we have an offensive foul. This goes against Asia Wayne, trying to spin, run right into the body of Alexa Zapp, I believe. And that's Asia Wayne's second foul. Asia Wayne, 3.6 turnovers, does have 7 boards. Prim driving in, kick out to Tanaya Gordon. Gordon sends it over to Zaff, screen. Zaff trying to go to the basket. Instead, we'll find Crystal Prim from beyond the arc, kicks a few dribbles in, spinning, and draws contact against Wayne. Crystal Prim now going to work against Asia Wayne. She picks up 2 quick fouls. Wayne does in the span of about 20 seconds. Going to the line is Crystal Prim, looking for a double-figure scoring game. She has 8, 3, and 2 right now. She accounted for the team's first points this quarter. FAU trailing by 15, 48-33. Prim looking for points 9 and 10 for her personally. Misses the first. Prim second on the way and hits that one, splits the pair, 14-point gain. Into the game is the authoritative figure down low, Deja Carter. This team certainly has size. Young, Adams, Carter, all at least 6 feet tall, and two of those three players have point guard abilities. And Victoria Morris fires a three and she hits once again. She hasn't scored, but she hasn't been trying to. She's been distributing the ball, moving the ball very well, and this time she fires a three. Gordon tries to answer with a three of her own, no good, and we have a foul against FAU. Looks like a Stu Gay. Or no, Crystal Prim will be credited the foul. But Victoria Morris continuing her trend of torching teams from beyond the arc. 14 points, 12 of which have come from three-point land, along with 5 rebounds and 3 assists. Mariah Adams overhead pass a few feet to her left, finds Taylor Edwards. Edwards only 3 points, does have 4 rebounds, 5 assists. However, Mara Young goes up in traffic, way off the mark, and a Stu Gay brings down her 5th board of the game. Now up the floor to Alexis Zaff, right back to a Stu Gay, 3 on the way, catch and shoot, rims out, rattled between the irons, somehow didn't find the bottom of the net, but an offensive board gives the Owls another chance. Tilka finally connects her first three-pointer of the game, her first points. And the Owls cut it to a 14-point deficit. Adams handoff to Morris, picked up by Crystal Prim. Handoff to Edwards, top of the three-point arc. And most of these passes, they've been close quarter passes, either a few feet or even handoff. Marion overhead, that was a long one to the right wing, 3. No good. Now up the floor to Ali Tilka, catch and shoot. Tilka misses the 3. Prim soars in for the rebound.
Step up. 'Goes where?
And Samara Young shooting 2, misses the first.
Hey, look for the press, look for the press. Get out of Stu.
7 seconds out on the game clock. Misses both. Tania Gordon, 3 to wrap up the third quarter. No good. Gote fighting desperately for the rebound. Can't bring it down. That takes us to the fourth quarter, where Old Dominion leads by 14. We'll be right back here on FAU Sports Network for quarter number 4.
Yeah, sometimes you get like sneezing attacks. Yeah, it always happens. Annoying. Ugh.
I always, every time Allie does a good job, I post something because my mom always likes it. She goes like, that's my mom.
Oh wait. No, lost by 1. That was yeah. I thought we did too.
We are back live for fourth quarter action. Owls trying to erase a 14-point deficit and take down Old Dominion for the first time at home this year and the first time in program history. Owls 0-9 against Old Dominion. The Lady Monarchs not incredible offensively this game. 37%, 8 from the floor, 18 of 49 shooting, but they have dominated the boards 38-35. They have been holding FAU to 25% shooting. Ali Tilka receives the inbound, and we are underway fourth quarter action. A lot of time left, anything possible. 14-point lead for the Lady Monarchs. Zaff gets a screen to the basket, had that and one play blocked by Carter, and this will stay with the Owls. So Zaff trying to replicate her efforts in the third quarter where she had that and one, picked up the foul against Asia Hudson. Hudson defensively is putting on a show, 4 steals, 2 rebounds, along with 6 points and an assist. Inbounding is Gautier. She has 3 assists off the inbound, trying to make it 4. She does. Finds Tanaya Gordon. Gordon finishes an extremely difficult shot to bring the Owls within 12. Owls still right there. 12-point game in 9 minutes 30 seconds. Certainly not impossible by any means. Amari Young, top of the 3-point line. Another small handoff pass to Mariah Adams, and she'll fire it over to Asia Hudson, who has 6 points on the game. Morris back to Hudson. Right now to Morris. Morris flies past Tanaya Gordon, picks up another defender. It's Ali Tilka stopping her. Short shot, grabs the rebound, so the Owls force a stop, come up with some points. Now on the other end, it's Alexa Zaff playing at the point. Immediately feeds a Stu Gay against Deja Carter off the glass. A Stu Gay post fadeaway shot, and we have an immediate timeout as the Owls open this thing on a 4-0 run. 1 shot from Gordon, 1 from Gay, both extremely difficult shots, both guarded heavily, and the Owls now this thing within striking range, 10-point game. Here on FAU Sports Network, stay tuned. The Owls try to claw their way to the victory line here on FAU Sports Network. And we are back here on FAU Sports Network, where the Owls open things up in the first minute and 9 seconds to a 4-0 run, cutting this deficit down to 10. And gaining ever so closer to the first place Lady Monarchs, forced to call a timeout. Nikki McRae immediately a signal to the referee. She wanted the time to talk things over after giving up 4 quick points to FAU from Tanaya Gordon and Stu Gay. And Juliette Gautier has had a phenomenal job distributing the ball. 10 rebounds, 8 points, so just 2 points away from her second consecutive double-double. But she has 4 assists off the inbounds pass, doing things right off of the inbound, very productive offensively in every facet. And so Owls take a 10-point lead, back to action, 1 minute 30 seconds in. Adams to Hudson. Hudson slings it over to the right wing, right back now to Hudson, catch and shoot, tip by Juliette Gautier. Tilka tips it 1 second on the shot clock. That is a shot clock violation, a 3rd consecutive hold for FAU. They have a chance now to bring this thing within single digits with 8:20. Plenty of time, I mean plenty, left to go in this fourth quarter. Moving on to Zaf, she's done a great job at the point. 16 minutes allocated to her, 2 assists, 3 points. Tilka immediately trying to feed a Stu Gay on the bounce pass as she stands on the left block with the Reichert behind her. And that is a kickball violation. Morris and Young lead the way for Old Dominion, combining for 27 points, 14 and 13 respectively for the Owls. Gautier has 8, and we have a foul immediately against Old Dominion as the Owls tried to break free for an inbounds pass. Gautier, 4 out of her 5 assists coming from on that baseline. And after the foul, Tanaya Gordon will step in for her place as the inbounder right below the basket on the baseline, looking for Tilka coming off of the off-ball screen. Tilka stops her dribble right next to the right elbow, looking for help. Spinning on that pivot foot, finds a Stu Gay looking for the backdoor pass, and it was turned over. Juliet Gautier was cutting in as Stu Gay just did not time that pass well enough, and Adams comes up with the ball. 2 minutes now into the fourth quarter. Owls still trailing by 10. Victoria Morris to Adams. Now over to Edwards, right wing, corner. Reichert passes up the 3. Double team. Morris now to Edwards once again, right wing. Edwards drives in. Morris wide open 3. Misses, a rare miss for Morris. Doesn't get much easier than that for her. She had no one contesting her, and Adams steals it from Gordon. Adams to Edwards, draws contact and finishes. That's a heartbreaking play for the Owls. Victoria Morris, one of the best three-point shooters in the conference, who has 4 already, missed a wide open 3, something that looked like a routine practice 3, and then trying to advance the ball past half court. Tanaya Gordon gets it stuffed by Mariah Adams. That's where her athleticism comes into play. 6 feet tall, playing at the guard position, such length, able to disrupt Tanaya Gordon, and Edwards finds herself 1 free throw and completes a 3-point play, gets the roll, and Edwards now has 6 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2 steals. Absolutely an incredible stat line for her. And the ball is stolen again. Oh, what a pass in transition to Edwards. Edwards finishes a personal 5-0 run on back-to-back possessions within seconds for Taylor Edwards. Just like that, she has 8. That's 3 FAU turnovers in the last 2 minutes. And what just was a 10-point game could have easily been an 8-point game. Almost magically turns into a 15-point game. So Old Dominion starting to take over the fourth quarter in a blink of an eye. And now we have a foul against the Lady Monarchs off the ball here. It goes against number 11, Taylor Edwards. And wait, this goes against Juliet Gautier? This goes against Gautier somehow, and they're going to get her against Victoria Morris off the ball. And initially, even the bench thought it was an easy foul call against Old Dominion, but instead they have possession. Taylor Edwards showing off her dexterity with the ball over to Mariah Adams. Victoria Morris has it in the corner, one-hand pass as she's double-teamed, finds Edwards, pump fakes, drives in, moves it over, and an offensive foul will send this back to the hands of FAU. It's Alexa Zapp, picked up by Taylor Edwards. Tilka finds Zola, and she is being guarded by Mariah Adams. Gautier trying to find Tilka, and she is smothered by white jerseys, and that's a foul against Ali Tilka. $15-point game, 6:08. Things starting to slip away for the Owls. There's time to come back, but you have to play a more disciplined game of basketball. They've had their opportunities to bring this to a single-digit game, and instead the momentum swung the other way because of a Mariah Adams turnover. Crowd getting behind their home team now as they lead by 15 on the brink of advancing to 14-0 at home. Edwards finds Adams, picked up by Zapp, now to Reichert, and she is fouled by Alexa Zapp on the wrong end of a bad, or that's Ali Tilka. Owls playing small ball now. Tilka, Gaston, and Gautier, the post players on the floor. Gaston playing the 5 against the big body Marie Reichert. Inbound to Edwards, heads left, puts her head down, lobs it up to Reichert, and she could not bring that one in. Had the right idea, tried to set her up for an easy 2 off the run. Did not place it in the right spot for the forward to bring it in. Crystal Prim will replace Nicola Azola. Owls leading scorer looking to fuel this offense as they trail by 15. Zaff looking for Gauthier, miscommunication. Gauthier moved before she passed, and Adams comes up with it. Pump fake, goes up, gets Gauthier mid-air, and connects on the easy 2-point bucket, or at least she made it look easy in transition, faking out Gauthier. And now Zaff dribbles it up, makes hard contact with Mariah Adams. Adams goes down. That's going to be foul on Old Dominion, and Lady Monarchs now on a 7-0 run over the last 1 minute 50 seconds. Azola will sub right back in for Alexa Zaff. Gauthier inbounds 2 points away from her second consecutive double-double and 7th on the season. Gauthier is going to try a 3, no good. And Prim offensive board, something that was desperately needed right there. We'll send it over to Nicola Azola, almost lost it, unforced, but she regains possession of the ball and sends it over to Crystal Prim. Ball in the hands of their leading scorer, now Amber Gaston. Dribbles to the right wing and hands it off to Tilka. Backing up to the 3-point line, covered by Asia Wayne. One-hand dish to Crystal Prim, spinning 1 second on the shot clock, no good. Gauthier gets her 11th rebound and a double-double. And she also has a career high in assists, so she has 10 points, 11 boards, 5 assists in 35 minutes. She has played every minute of the last 2 games. Asia Wayne to Young. That bucket keeping this game within reach for FAU. Reichert's going to try to extend her range as a forward. No good. Gauthier shoved to the floor, and this will go over to the FAU Owls. In the 4:33 left to go in the fourth quarter. Media timeout. Owls trail by 15. Juliette Gauthier picks up her second consecutive double-double, 7th on the season, along with a career high in assists. We'll be right back here on FAU Sports Network. Old Dominion outscoring FAU this quarter 7-6. They lead by 15. Owls got it to within 10 and possession of the ball, but they turn it over, and that's when things started to go to Old Dominion's favor. They now lead by 15, forcing the Owls to shoot 28%. Owls aren't doing a bad job defensively by any means, holding Old Dominion to 38% shooting, but this Old Dominion team, as great as they could be offensively, 4 players scoring the double-figure mark and great bench players, they are a defensively built team. They have forced 21 turnovers. They forced 22 against FAU last time they met. And now FAU will be in the bonus. Shooting 2 is Gauthier. Misses the first free throw, keeps the game in a 15-point deficit. Looking to expand on this double-double, her second in a row. Now 11, 11, and 5 for Gauthier. 5 assists away from a triple-double, so maybe if the Owls could force some overtime action, go on a run here, might be possible. Mariah Adams to Amari Young, right back to Adams, stands on the left wing of the three-point line, stops her dribble, fires it over to Asia Wayne, who hasn't done much this game. Wayne has 3 points and 6 turnovers along with 4 fouls. Wayne's gonna try a 3 now, way short. Riker desperately trying to save it, steps out of bounds. Owls get it back. Gauthier inbounds to Azzola, covered by the athletic Mariah Adams, the 6-foot guard. Staying up on Azzola, dribbling back and forth, top of the arc, finds Crystal Prim, one-hand pass right back to Azzola, takes a few dribbles, hands it off to Tilka. Long-range 2 for Tilka, no good. Rebound, Victoria Moore, she loses it, and somehow, no, Gauthier comes away with it. The kind of plays the Owls need, those 50-50 balls, and they finally get one, trailing by 14. Big possession here. Need to start scoring starting now. This game not over, but you need points right here in this possession. Prim driving against Amari Young, puts up the 2, rims out, and that will close out that FAU possession. They come away empty-handed, and Old Dominion, they've not scored for the last 2 minutes and 22 seconds, but their defense is prevailing. And a no-look pass to Victoria Morris. Edwards making it look easy. That is a professional pass. It looked like she was about to drive in, instead puts it right up over her head to Victoria Morris, who caught the ball in the post. Morris on the game's leading scorer with 16 in the 4. Old Dominion players who have scored 10 points per game this season, at least. Adams, Wayne, Young, and Edwards almost have reached that mark in double figures, and they lead by 16, 60-44. And to talk about these teams, this Old Dominion team doing their role, they have great bench players. Reichert just came out of the game. She has played a great deal this game at the 5 for Old Dominion. It's only taken 2 shots, but she does have 2 blocks and 4 rebounds. Another selfless player doing what she needs to do on the floor, filling her role, and letting the other players, primary scorers, take over on the scoreboard. And Gauthier picks up her 4th foul, and from now on, Old Dominion in the bonus, so it seems as if Old Dominion, with a 16-point lead, 2:24 left to go, will advance to 24-4 in the season, and they will remain at the top of the Mountain Conference USA with a 14-2 conference record. This team could very well, by the regular season ends, advance to the top 25 in the nation, already receiving votes. 2:10 left to go, hand up to Gauthier. Gauthier 13 rebounds, 11 points. Tilka, who has struggled offensively, just 1 of 10. She's taken 7 3-pointers, drives in now, looking for her 5th point, no good. Gauthier, another rebound, tips it over the head of Morris, goes up, one-hand hook on the run, can't get it to go, but does bring on her 14th rebound. And that matches her career high with 1:45 left to go in the 4th quarter. Now looking at the road ahead for the Owls as they'll drop this. Owls will close the regular season. Last two games, 1 on the road, 1 away. March 5th, they take on Southern Miss at 7 p.m., then Marshall at 2 p.m. at home. To close things out, 1:23 left to go in the 4th quarter. Tilka launches another 3, gets it to go, her 6th point of the game. 13-point contest, 1:15 remaining in the 4th quarter. Old Dominion taking all the time they need. Trying to milk out this clock, so we approach the 1-minute mark. Their starters all on the floor. Mariah Adams, 10 points. Similar game she had against FAU, but she has 4 steals. Her and Asia Hudson have 4 steals apiece, and they played under 30 minutes, so it's been a very efficient game defensively, and the assists, that's just been out of this world for Old Dominion. That's a career high now for Gauthier, brings in her 15th board. But Old Dominion, 18 team assists at a exceeds their season average by 7. Azola pulls up for 2, no good. Ball brought down by Taylor Edwards, and Edwards brings down her 7th rebound in every player on this Old Dominion team. Now with 28 seconds left to go, seem to stuff the stat sheet in their own way. Adams 4 steals, 4 assists. Hudson 4 steals, 6 points. Morris 16 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. Edwards had 8, 6, and 6, and Young had 13, 9, and 3. This team is just a jaw-dropping team filled with talent, showing you why they're first place in the conference and certainly have an ability to win this conference and even make noise in the national tournament rather. Juliette Gauthier scores to close out the game. She'll finish with 13 and 16, a career high in rebounds for the sophomore, 16 boards, and the Owls drop this one 60-49. Old Dominion, another defensive show. They stuff FAU, force them to shoot 28%. Gauthier goes off for another monstrous double-double. And FAU actually out-rebounded the best rebounding team in the nation, 48-42, which is a feat in its own. So this team, although didn't come away with the win, you certainly competed against an Old Dominion team, improving. And remember, this team nearly a top 25 team, so we're seeing improvements by FAU game after game. Although they're not championship caliber, which is where Coach Jim Jaber wants them to be, they're certainly making progress towards that mark, and we'll go to Southern Miss next time at 7 p.m. March 5th for the penultimate game of the regular season. We'll see you then. Signing out from Norfolk, Virginia, I'm Max Ziffer from FAU Sports Network. We'll see you next time. So once again, Juliette Gauthier closes out tonight with a monster double-double, 13 points, 16 rebounds, 5 assists.